Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you're new, if you're returning, welcome. I just want to talk to you guys about the potential for civil unrest and what that may mean. So let's hop into today's video. Today is Wednesday, October the 16th, and that means that we are less than 3 weeks away from the general election, which is going to be held on November the 5th. Early voting did start yesterday, so they've already had over 300,000 votes cast in, I believe it was Georgia. There have been talks of civil unrest, and that's just due to just a various amount of reasons. There's been mistrust in the government. There's organizations that are using and looking for a time like this to kind of just start issues. There's global tensions that are going on. There's also a lot of political disagreements that are going on between a lot of people. Even family members are having political disagreements. So everybody, it seems like a lot of people are on edge. I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people are on edge just because something like this. And I'm gonna be honest and give you my view and thoughts and opinion here in a second, but let's get into this a little bit more. Some of the things that can happen are riots and looting, and we've all seen the riots and looting that occur. And this is why I always say you have to save yourself. Nobody's coming to help you. There have been situations where things like that have happened and the police are outnumbered, and they just can't assist everyone. They can't get to the businesses quick enough. It just can't happen. There's not enough people on foot. Yeah, they can call them the National Guard, but you can't have National Guard. They can't be in so many places at the same time, especially if they're outnumbered as well. So that's something to think about. Another reason why you want to prepare, so you don't have to be out in the chaos. I want you to take into account times like this where there's so much tension. Certain groups use this to their advantage, and they know that there's already chaos, and their goal is to cause even more chaos and destruction, and they don't care. This also brings me to another point of copycat situations sometimes, and we've all seen this in situations, especially when it comes to schools. If a certain situation occurs here, then that just kind of gives people, almost like it gives the people the fuel or whatever they want to call it. And there are people that just don't care about human life. They don't care about another human being. They only care about themselves. They don't care how many people they injure or anything, and it's really sad. But again, this is why we always have to pay attention to our surroundings, know your exits when you're places, know where you're at. There are a lot of tough issues that are going on right now and that are being discussed. A lot of people are not happy with the decisions that are being made and what certain people are trying to do. We have the LGBTQ situation. We have I gotta be careful what I say on here, the A that starts with the A, ends in TION, women's type of things that is coming into play as well. The border, of course, is an issue and has been an issue. The amount of money that we're sending to other countries is another issue. I don't even want to talk about that, because the fact that we're sending so much money to these other countries and yet we have so many of our own that we're not supporting and taking care of. We want to start talking about FEMA. You have 2 hurricanes that have caused mass destruction, and yet people aren't getting the things that they need. There have been delays. I know I could speak personally for my state of North Carolina, especially those first few days and everything. It wasn't FEMA coming in. It wasn't like Uncle Sam coming in to save the people of the town. It was communities coming together, just like the state of North Carolina coming and shipping items. There were helicopter drops of things, personal civilian helicopters, might I add. Churches coming together. They're using mules to get up these mountains and everything. There's just pure and utter devastation. And where was our government? Oh yeah, they weren't there in time, you know. So, and like I said, they may be there now, but they were late coming, and I can't even talk about it. I'm gonna get very upset. At this point, anything can happen. A cyber attack can happen. It could be some kind of grid down outage that happens, because you know, even though you mark your ballots but they still have to be fed through a machine. So at this point, who knows what's gonna happen? It's a mess. I'm gonna give you guys my opinion on what I feel like will happen. I honestly feel like either way it goes, as far as the election, it's probably not gonna be good. I feel like if Kamala gets in, Trump supporters are going to have an issue. I feel like if Trump gets in, Kamala supporters are going to have an issue. I don't know how this will end up. Like I said, I just feel like a sense of urgency to prepare for any possible scenario. Like I said, it's so much unknown and we won't know until the next couple of weeks, but I don't want to get caught slipping or caught off guard either. So that's why I'm just trying to get the message. And if you guys don't mind taking a minute to share this video out, or even give it a like, or even drop a comment down below, even if you don't want to type something out, just at least give it a thumbs up. Hopefully this video gets into the algorithm and gets people to thinking. It gives, I mean, even though we're running short on time in that aspect of getting things that people have never, prepared or haven't already started preparing by getting little things at a time, it does still give people just a few weeks to get some things. I just feel like there's just such a huge divide in our country, in our nation. It has been that way for some time, but I feel like things are really coming to a head. So also take that into account. At this point, the only thing that I'm going to continue to do is prep as I have been. I'm going to prep a little bit harder and I'm going to pray. That's pretty much all I feel like I can do, and just pray for a good outcome and just, I don't know. If riots and chaos just ensues, I want to know what your game plan is. Are you planning on staying in your home? Do you plan on leaving? Of course, this may depend on where you're living. Do you live in a smaller city or do you live in a big city? Or even if you live in a bigger city, do you think that you're going to bug out because of that reason and just leave the city? Do you think the riots and everything are going to be more geared towards the bigger cities? Is this going to be like a Washington, D.C. issue, or is this going to be all over? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. And again, make sure you're taking the time to prep those things that you need. Make sure you have a bag that you can leave in case of an emergency. It doesn't have to be like something like a riot or anything. We've seen what's been going on in the last couple of weeks. Even if you have been told that you have to evacuate because there's a fire or anything, you want to have a bag, at least like a 72-hour bag of clothes, food, water, and your essentials, medications, and things like that. Don't forget your pets. I'll also be doing more videos as well. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I don't want to make it too long. You guys take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in another video.